Hi, friends. Welcome to the Making Friends as an Adult Introvert event, where we're going to talk about all things friendship. If you don't already know me, I'm Jennifer, and I'm your life coach for introverts. I coach mainly in the Take Root one-on-one program, and then I have a new group course, which I'll tell you all about at the end of this. And I also host workshops and I speak to help introverts all over the world learn to put themselves first. Essentially, my life story is I've never really liked things that are loud. They're overstimulating. And I realized one of the things that was overstimulating was my inner critic, always telling me I shouldn't do things or holding me back from things I wanted to do. And at times they sound really similar to what my parents wanted for me or what society told me in terms of how to be a good girl or a good daughter or a good Asian. And instead, I really wanted to listen to my own quiet voice inside that loves joy and fun. And I learned how to make a practice out of centering myself. And that's what I help introverts with today, taking root into ourselves to rewrite the rules, communicate with confidence, and take the stage in ways that work for us, whether that's as leaders of our lives or in friendships. So, today, what we have on the table is I'm going to discuss a bit about my friend theory, and I will continue to call it a theory because it evolves. So I'll show you a little bit of what it was when I first started thinking about it last year, and then what I have come up with today, which will be the foundation for the Making Friends as an Adult Introvert group course. Um, I'll also share how I've made friends, and then as a group, we can share some friendships experiences with each other, have Q&A and open coaching. And those two segments of this event will not be recorded so that everyone can share comfortably and openly. At any time, raise your hand on Zoom to let me know if you have a question or drop the questions in chat. I can actually see the chat. Okay, so my friend theory. My friend theory is simple. You get out of it what you put in. But to be more specific, as you put the energy and the effort in, you'll never know when it will be your turn to receive. I have observed that oftentimes people quit the process of building a friendship before it becomes a friendship because you have this expectation that it should happen faster, or that it's not going the way you anticipated. And then you choose to do what introverts do best, and is putting up boundaries to protect ourselves. But you can only get as close and connected to someone based on how close and connected you allow them to be to you. So there's this dance with another person in friendship. And while they might not be in your inner circle and you might not be in theirs, if you keep dialing up your vulnerability, even if they don't dial up theirs, or the other way around, but both of you have to give and receive and dance together to build this overlap between your energies and actually have connection. And at the end of the day, all you can control is yourself and how inviting you choose to be to others. So the question that I ask a lot for introverts who are approaching making friends, are you willing to let others become close to you? So this was essentially my friend theory that I came up with last year. But then looking at these graphics that I made and with some influence from reading about different types of friendships from other writers, I thought, what if we flip these circles up and made them 3D? And then what we get is a connection mountain. And like this, I think this is a better depiction than just the drawing. So on your connection mountain, you are at the top. So this is our little smiley friend here. And a mountain has different tiers. And each of these tiers, each person can have different tiers. So I'll illustrate mine. I think I have 4 tiers of friendships. So I've got tier 1, top tier, the closest friends. I've got good friends. And then between, I don't have okay friends. I have not yet friends, people who I see the potential of building friendship with. And then there's acquaintances. This can be like people you see regularly in your day-to-day life, but you know you're not going to get closer. And at the very bottom of my mountain is all the strangers. And on this mountain, there's a bajillion paths or ways for someone to make it up and down. So someone, I think everyone would love to meet people where, oh, all of a sudden they shoot right up to the top tier. You bond quickly, you just hit it off right away. Yeah, we all want that, but that's not how it always works. Sometimes we can be friends with someone for a long time and it just stays at a certain level. Sometimes somebody wants to take a really crazy path up to the top. Sometimes people take a crazy path in and out of your life, and they're just there for a season. But the thing is, what I love most about the Connection Mountain is it's a living, breathing ecosystem that you can't predict, and that's what's beautiful about it. It's also only as hard for others to climb up to the top of your Connection Mountain as you make it to be for them. So we actually have a lot of control and agency in making friends. Okay, so you're probably thinking now, how did you make these friends? And really, it's the same 5 things. I talk to a lot of people. For each close friend I have, like the 3 I just talked about, there are at least 20 other people I met who are just kind of hanging out in my orbit in like tier 3, not yet friends. And with these people, I have no expectations that they're going to make it to tier 2 or tier 1, but because people also change and grow, and I might hit it off with someone after 1 encounter, or it might take 20 encounters. I choose not to get so down about it. Number 3, I really stay open to possibilities and I make space for friends. I kind of stole this from, I was actually listening to a podcast about dating, and someone said that, oh, you should like prepare your home. Like if you only have a twin bed, get a queen bed and then get 2 nightstands so that you make space for a partner. But in terms of making space for friends, I'll do things like buying 2 tickets to see Uncle Roger or Blackpink. And then I figure out later who's going to go with me. I'm also ready to do those things by myself, if I have to, but that also helps me meet other people. So far, I've never ended up having to sell a ticket and go by myself, so it's working out. 4, I let people help me and support me. People love helping others. I love helping others. You love helping others. And some of you have businesses that help people too. Can you let other people help you? Because that is you showing your vulnerability. And then number 5, the friends I want to have, I become that friend for others. I want fiery, funny, introverted friends who love food and travel. That's who I am, and that's how I present myself to the world so that I can draw the same people in. Okay, but really how? So I had to sum it into actions that you can take. 1, talk to a lot of people, and you define what is a lot for you. If right now you talk to 0 people and 1 is a lot, go for it. That's going to change as you build a practice of talking to people. 2, you have to build the belief that you're going to meet the right friends for you. Keep going without expectations or pressure. 3, stay open to the possibilities and make space for your friends, like buying 2 tickets to an experience. 4, let people help and support you, because that sense of purpose you feel when you help others can be a gift that you give. And then 5, become the kind of friend that you want to have. All right. Now I would like to extend an invitation to you if you're interested to join my new group course on making friends as an adult introvert. We start the week of July 31st, and we'll start with a group orientation. It'll have 8 live teaching and coaching sessions, 3 integration weeks, where the Zoom will be open for everyone in the group for accountability, but I won't be hosting or recording or coaching. It comes with weekly worksheets or exercises and or action items. And the best part, a Slack community where you can grow closer to each other and we can keep the coaching conversation going even between sessions. The pricing for this is 550 USD, and payment plans are available. So some of the live session topics that I'm thinking about are for the 8 weeks are first something very similar to what we did today, but more structured, a reflection on friendship experiences. And then I want to explore your identity of introversion in friendships and how that might affect your self-awareness and your confidence. Um, and then third, managing social anxiety and that big, heavy feeling of loneliness. Four, overcoming rejection and building resilience. Because unfortunately, as much as we want to become friends with someone, they might not feel the same way about us. Five, friendship tiers and types. And I might actually bump this up to the first because it really ties into the connection mountain. 6, developing meaningful connections. 7, sustaining and enriching friendships. So once you have a friendship in tier 3, how do you bring it to tier 2? In tier 2, how do you bring it to tier 1? And then 8, boundaries and confronting conflicts. In any relationship in your life, conflicts are bound to come up, and every problem is an interpersonal relationship problem. So we'll talk about different scenarios that you may have already experienced, or that I have experienced, or that we anticipate, and really think about how we would handle all of those. So that would be the course. And if you're interested, we can definitely talk more on a discovery call. That's the first step. Um, I say here to book yours at the link in bio, but you can go to byjenniferho.com/coaching. And if you have any questions, DM me at any time. I would love to continue this conversation with all of you. And I will see you around on the internet. Thank you.